Hey guys, yeah, it's Greg Christensen again with Grandview Livestock, of course. Hey, if you're like us here, this is on a Friday and we're supposed to start getting a winter storm starting tomorrow night, Saturday night into Sunday, and then be cold several days after that with, some wind. And so a lot of people do things they shouldn't do to prepare for a storm, just nutritionally for their animals. And I'll just show you what we're doing. Not that we do everything right, but you can take it into account. And so this is a group we've been feeding for the sale. We sold a bunch of them last week, and they did well. I'll go over the sale ticket maybe here in another video. But Luke's bringing those feeders up. See, they're no, it's not quite a quarter of a mile down in there. We want them to graze and leave manure and feed hay and stuff down in that area because of what we saw up close here. I showed that in another video when we grew the turnips and radishes. And so we've had them kind of down in there, and so, but he's bringing the feeders up here, and this will be closer to this will be closer to this loafing shed and to where their water is. You see the water over there. And then we've set this tin along here so they can get on the south side. So where I showed you down there, that's the north side. That's the wind's going to come out of there. But they can come up here, and then they can get on the south side of this windbreak and in this loafing shed area. And then we set up these old totes. We put water in them so they wouldn't blow around, kind of for another windbreak, you see. And they can get behind those also. And there's a bale of hay on the feeder there, and you see they really can't go any farther without going out there. We call that pasture number 1, but we got some other animals out there we don't want to get them mixed up with. See, so we're doing that for these. And I'll just tell you, so the ones going out when we're feeding the nanny herd and the ewe herd out on pasture now. So a lot of people, the storm's coming, I need to give them more grain. If maybe you're feeding some grain, or maybe you're not feeding grain, you think you should, that's not a good idea. You don't really want to change a bunch of stuff because the storm's coming in. The storm's going to change enough on its own of their habits and what they're used to. You want them just to keep the same feed that if you've been feeding a little grain, just keep feeding the same amount. Don't increase it. Because what really generates more heat in their system is forage. It's the fermentation process in the rumen. And so you want to eat forage, honestly. Now, if you got some better forage and some that you tested and it's not so good, well, yes, feed the better forage, but don't go from fescue hay to alfalfa hay. Maybe feed a little alfalfa if you want to, but don't just give them that full feed unless they've been on it. See, just don't change a bunch of stuff. And now this is Friday, the storm's coming in Saturday afternoon. Well, we're going to take some hay out today to some places we haven't been feeding hay to so far because they have enough forage out there. Okay, but we're going to take some hay to them today so they can just fill up if they want it. And then we're going to probably go there tomorrow morning before the storm starts, take some hay. If they look like they've eaten it, or just put out some fresh, that's okay. Something for them to lay on is always good. You want to feed it, of course, somewhere maybe if they can get out of the wind is always nice. Backside of a pond dam, timber, a draw, something like that, of course. I mean, you already know that. I'm not saying anything you don't know. But But don't just start feeding them a bunch of grain or something because the storm's coming in. That's not a good idea. Just continue kind of what you've been doing. Make sure they've got, if they haven't been on hay like some of these we have, we'll go ahead and start putting some hay out, a little earlier so they'll get onto it and they know where it's at. And so we'll unroll some hay in one part of the pasture and then maybe stick the core underneath some trees, cedar trees or something of the hay bale, or just unroll some, in another part of the pasture it's out of the wind. So they're going to find what they have to eat today, and then, maybe tomorrow when the wind starts howling, they're going to go behind that windbreak, that natural windbreak, whatever it is. They'll find the hay you left them, see? So that's a good plan if it works out that way. Doesn't always, sometimes your pastures just aren't manageable in that way, but perfect scenario, that's what you'd like to do. Just let them find it when it's out of the wind and they go there. If they want to bed down on it, that's okay too. Don't worry about wasting hay. It's not, around here right now, it's not all that valuable. And so that's just kind of a few things that getting ready for a winter storm or cold stretch or something, just take into consideration. But we're bringing these feeders up for these ones we're getting ready for the sale. We're just wanting to grow so they don't have as far to go out to eat feed, to come back in, to get out of the wind, you see. So just do what you can. So there you go, guys. Good luck to you. I'll keep you posted. I hope I hope you tune in and watch this before it's too late.